Have you ever noticed how some people work ridiculously hard every single day, yet their lives never seem to change? Meanwhile, there are others who look like they're taking it easy, but money keeps flowing their way. At first glance, it feels unfair, right? Like maybe it's just fate, luck, or the size of their paycheck. But the truth is, the difference often comes down to mindset. A poor mentality, or what I like to call a poverty mindset, is way more dangerous than an empty bank account. And here's the scary part, it's not just something you carry, it's something you can pass down to your kids if you don't fix it. Let's dig into this. Poverty, at its core, isn't simply about not having enough money. The most damaging kind of poverty lives in your head. A lot of people blame their struggles on low wages, bad luck, or unfortunate circumstances. But in reality, the biggest barrier is the way they think. A poverty mindset shows up as constant fear, resistance to change, refusing to learn new things, and always pointing fingers at the world instead of taking responsibility. Think about that one friend who, every time you share a new opportunity, immediately shuts it down. You tell them about a small business idea, and they respond with, "Nah, that's too complicated. It's not for me. I'll probably lose money anyway." Or the more subtle version, "I'm not smart enough. My family isn't rich. Of course life's hard for me." These are little statements, but they reveal a deep-rooted poverty mindset. And like a virus, it spreads quietly, shaping the way you see the world without you even noticing. The danger is that you don't realize it's happening. Years pass, and suddenly you're stuck in the same spot while others move ahead. You start resenting them, gossiping about how they must have cheated their way to success. And worse, you start believing that being stuck is normal. But it's not. Life can change, but your thinking has to change first. Here's a question. Why is it that two people earning the exact same salary can have completely different outcomes? One saves, learns new skills, maybe even starts a side hustle. The other one? Always broke, paycheck to paycheck. The difference isn't money, it's mindset. Someone with a wealth mentality treats money like a tool. They take responsibility, they're willing to start from scratch, and they see growth as a long game. On the other hand, someone with a poverty mindset could win the lottery and still end up broke because they've never learned how to manage money. It's like handing a Ferrari to someone who doesn't know how to drive. Instead of looking cool, they'll crash it. The same happens when you give large sums of money to someone with no financial discipline, they burn through it. You don't have to look far for examples. Many athletes, celebrities, even lottery winners end up bankrupt despite making millions. Not because they weren't lucky, but because their mentality was stuck. A wealthy mindset is about growth, responsibility, and creativity. You can have just a few dollars and make it grow if your mindset is right. But you can also have millions and lose it all if your mindset is wrong. And let me warn you, a poverty mindset is contagious. If you spend all your time around people who constantly complain, blame others, or fear change, you'll start absorbing their way of thinking. That's why it matters who you hang out with, what kind of conversations you have, and even what content you consume every day. Because here's the thing, you can't create a new life with the same old thoughts. If your mind stays stuck, your life will too. So if you're struggling right now, that's okay. Money can always be earned. Opportunities can be created. The real danger is staying trapped in a poverty mindset, because that will hold you back forever. Worse, it will bleed into your family. Think about it. Kids don't learn about money from textbooks. They learn from how their parents talk about it. If all they hear is, money is hard to find, or rich people are greedy, or just be grateful we survive, they'll grow up believing wealth is out of reach. And then they'll pass those same beliefs to their kids. That's how generational poverty continues, not just through lack of money, but through inherited thinking. But here's the good news: you can break the cycle. You don't need to be a millionaire tomorrow to change your family's future. What you do need is the courage to shift your mindset today. Start by questioning the stories you tell yourself about money, success, and growth. Teach your kids not just to dream, but to take responsibility, to learn, to fail and bounce back, and to see challenges as opportunities. Because at the end of the day, real wealth isn't about flashy cars or fat bank accounts. It's about freedom. The freedom to think bigger, act wiser, and pass on something better to the next generation. If you can shift your mindset today, you're not just changing your own life, you're rewriting the story for your kids and grandkids. And that, my friend, is the greatest inheritance you could ever leave.